Running late. Running late. Yes, this morning I got up on time. I did. Got dressed. Put on this sheer. This is like a sheer long shirt. Look like a dress. Got on some pants and a little shirt under there. Got my sweater. Went to the kitchen. Went to the kitchen to get my medicine. Got my medicine. Then I was like, oh, I forgot my water bottle. So I went back to my room to get my water bottle. So I could get me some water for work today. And I goes to the ice machine on my refrigerator. You know, to stick this under there to give me some ice. And the ice won't come out. I said, well, what's wrong with this doggone machine now? So, y'all, I'm having one of those mornings. So I opened up the refrigerator, pulled the little door out, and then I pulled out the ice machine, the little cup, the holder that catches the ice. And when I pulled it out, all the ice fell all over the floor. I was like, OMG, what is really going on here? So I dug the ice out of the dispenser and I cleaned up the ice off the floor. I put the ice machine back on there. I'm telling you, I put the ice machine back on there. Locked it in place, closed the door back. Put my cup back under there, thinking, okay, now the ice is going to come out. It just kept making a noise and no ice was dropping. I said, what is wrong with this thing? I opened up the door, popped out the thing again, and all the ice fell on the floor again. I said, I cannot this morning. You are getting on my last nerves. You're going to make me late for work. I cannot. I just cleaned this floor, and I got to clean it again. So what it was, so I cleaned out the little dispenser again. I can't look down in there, so I took the top of my straw. It's a metal straw. I took my metal straw and I stuck it down in the thing, and I just kept hitting it. So there was some ice that got frozen and stuck in there. And when I was hitting it, then the ice shot out across the living room floor. I mean, the kitchen floor. I was like, oh my goodness. Well, shot out the kitchen floor and then went to the living room because we have an open concept. So yeah, I was so busy cleaning up ice and water off my floor this morning, it made me late getting out the door. So I do apologize. I couldn't even go live on TikTok this morning. I used to get here like 5:50. I go live on TikTok for 30 minutes. Then I come over here, go live for YouTube for an hour. I couldn't even do it this morning. And I know I washed my face this morning, but my eyes feel like they're just crusty because I don't feel well. I don't know if it was when we got caught out in the rain when we went to the Bahamas, because when we got off the boat, it was pouring down rain. And we had to walk to the cabana and pour down rain. And then when we left the cabana to get back on the boat, it was pouring down rain. It was like perfect timing, right? When we went, it was pouring down rain, and when we came back, it was pouring down rain. It was a hot mess, if you ask me. So I don't feel well, and I think, I just got a little tropical sickness because of it. And I'm not feeling my best, and then my doggone ice machine wanted to act up this morning. I could not believe it. And then it didn't even give me that much ice because half the ice went on the floor. Y'all see that? My cup is not even full with ice because half the ice went on the floor. Good morning. Wait, I gotta put my glasses back on. I can't even see who coming to say good morning to me. Good morning, everybody. If you can hit that like button, hit the share button if you're not part of the family, the Panda Paw family. We have probably like 300. We're trying to get to 5,000. We got about 300 to hit our goal. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hello, written the stuff. Written the stuff. Written the stuff. Is that what that say? I hope you feel better. I do too. Thank you so much. You ain't ready, part 2. What's up, you ain't ready? Sounds like you might be pregnant. Congratulations. It would be a miracle. It would be a miracle. It would be a miracle if I was pregnant. I am 55 years old and I don't have no female parts anymore. The doctors took them out. So it would be a miracle, an absolute miracle if I was pregnant. Marcus, hello, good morning. Adopt Me, hello. How you doing? Damn, you know. Saying. Man, like my voice and my nose hurt this morning. My nose wasn't hurting yesterday, but it hurts this morning. So I did bring me some emergency this morning, but I can't start drinking it until I get to work because my bladder will start acting up while I'm sitting in the car, and that would be all bad. All bad. All bad. So, you know, I gotta rock my Jamaica shirt for a couple of weeks. So I got some emergency, no, what's it called? No promotions, but this stuff works really good. It's 100 milligrams of vitamin C. I take 1,000. I take 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. By the time this gets in my system, I feel better. So I have that on deck for today. On deck. Today I got my purple chips. I got tuna. I got nectarine, cherries, and strawberries. So I got my lunch. I got my morning breakfast snack, whatever you want to call it. Got some fruit. Got my water for my emergency. And I'm good to go. Hi. Antonisha, and Antonisha, is that what it is? Antonisha. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the live. If you're not subscribed to the channel, share the love and subscribe to the channel. If you guys don't know, the hearts are my favorite shape. If y'all could hit them hearts in the corner, let me know you want to share the love with me. I would really appreciate it. You look nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try to look nice when I go to work. I try my best. Even when I don't feel my best. Like, I don't feel my best right now. Just got to get through these next 2 days because I'm coming back off of vacation. I just got to get through these next 2 days and then hopefully feel better next week. That way I can, you know, kind of rest up on Saturday and Sunday. I had to finish up one load of laundry from vacation. I thought my man was going to fold the clothes last night. I don't know why I thought that. I had left one load of laundry in the dryer. I just knew he was going to take care of that. Nah. He didn't do it. No, he did not. I said, you didn't even fold the load of clothes? Oh, I went swimming. Boy. So, yeah, I went home yesterday. I cooked dinner. Folded a load of laundry. Then I went to bed. Took a shower. Then I went to bed. What else happened yesterday? I'll tell y'all at 7 o'clock. I'm going to give you that office tea. Because you know I got some tea. I got some tea for y'all this morning because I've been back at work. But I was going to tell y'all a story yesterday. I don't remember where I ended off yesterday. But did I tell y'all about the food we got at the Cabana yesterday? Where'd the other phone go? I'm going to show y'all the food we got at the Cabana on my vacation. I think I told y'all about the tipping part. I feel so bad. I did not tip the man properly. My man didn't tell me till we got back to the boat that I didn't tip the man properly. I said, why didn't you tell me in the process? Like I said, I could have tipped him because I had some money. But I'm frugal. Y'all know I'm frugal. But I will tip when I'm supposed to. I gave the man $40, $10 for each one of us. He said the cabana cost $2,500. You were supposed to tip him $250. I said, huh? He said 10%. I said, huh? He ain't do nothing. He ain't cooked the food. He just brought it to us. He was like, Mia, you were supposed to tip him. He said, whenever people get cabanas, they think they rich. They think they got money. I said, well, that's his problem for thinking that. I said, when I got the cabana, it said gratuity, everything is included. So when it tells me gratuity is included, that means he's already getting his money. So why am I tipping him even more money? I said, I tipped him more money because he was nice and friendly. So I gave him $40 more. But his gratuity was already there. And he was like, Mia, you were supposed to give him more money. I was like, whatever. Well, sorry. Sorry, Reddy. His name is Reddy, and he's at Cocoa Bay, Bahamas. If any of y'all know who he is, tell him to get in contact with me because I will send him a better tip. I didn't know. I did not know. So, and my man didn't tell me when I was there. But this was our meal. Did y'all see that? It's lobster, filet mignon, and potatoes. Yeah. That's what our meal was. And that creamy sauce was so good. And then he brought us an extra little plate that had 4 more lobster tails, or halves, 4 more here. It was some fish, and it was coconut shrimp right there. I'm telling y'all, it was delicioso. Bart, you deleting comments? What happened? Hey, Bart! I'm getting ready to go to surgery. Oh, no, I have some skin cancer removed from under my eye. Oh, my gosh. Good luck, Bart. I didn't know you had that. Oh, much prayers out to you. Much prayers out to you. You'll be all right. You be all right. You part of the Panda Pod family. You know you gonna be all right. Ashanti Thomas was timed out. Okay, well, maybe she said something you didn't like. That's cool with me. That's why I have mods. Y'all never know when my mods gonna pop in the building. So always be kind, always be nice, because they will come in here and time you out. They will kick you out, time you out, all that good stuff. But yeah, this food was amazing. And when I tell y'all, I didn't eat all of my filet mignon. So I had like a little plastic baggie in my bag. I put my food, my steak in my bag. And I said, I'm going to take it back to the room. And I'll eat it for a snack later. So what happened was, we fell asleep. I didn't end up eating it. We rushed to get ready to get off the boat the next morning. We're at breakfast. And then I'm like, we're sitting there at breakfast, and I didn't want to get no bacon because I think the bacon was swelling me up, the salt. And I was like, I left my filet mignon in the refrigerator. Now, we'd already, left the room and everything. You had to be out by 8. And I think it was like 7:45. I was like, I need to, and see, I left $100 tip for the room attendant. So it's not like I won't tip. I just didn't know. I left the room attendant $20 a night for cleaning our room. So I left him $100. So I would have tipped. I digress. But anyway, I went back to the room. They had not came to my room yet. And I got my filet mignon steak up out of, I think I didn't when I did. I got my steak up out of that refrigerator, and it was nice and cold because that refrigerator, I had put it on the top shelf, and that's kind of where the freezer part was. And so it's like kind of frozen. So I was like, oh yeah, this is going to make it all the way to the hotel. And when we got to the hotel had, no, we didn't take it to the hotel. When we left, that's what it was. When we left the boat, I said, well, I'm going to take me some muffins for the ride because we had an hour drive from the boat back to the hotel. Well, they took us to the airport, and then we had to call the hotel shuttle to take us back to the hotel. So, I had made me, I said, James, you don't want me to make you nothing? He was like, no, I'm fine. I said, it's going to be a while before we get back to the hotel. Oh, no, I'm fine. So I had made an egg sandwich, and I had my steak, and I had grabbed 2 muffins. So when we got back to the hotel, Veronica was eating her food because she had her food. Hey, Siren! Veronica had her food. And Tony, they was over there eating outside. I pulled out my egg sandwich and my muffin and my steak. And James was like, you didn't make me one? No, you said you didn't want one. Well, I just thought we was going to go get something to eat. I said, why spend money when we had free food off the boat? You should have made you a sandwich before you got off the boat and put it in my plastic bag. Can I get a bite? So I got him a muffin. So I gave him a bite of my sandwich, and he said, what's that? when I pulled out my steak, he was like, "What's that?" I said, "This is my filet mignon." I can't get my teeth that work with me with that filet mignon. I said, "This is my steak from last night." He said, "Well, you went back to the room. I thought you was going to the bathroom." I said, "I was going to the bathroom and to get my steak." So I got my steak. "Can I get a bite?" I was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Oh, this is so good. Why didn't you make me an egg sandwich?" I said, "I asked you if you wanted a sandwich. You told me no." So needless to say, I had to share my breakfast with him because he didn't want one when I was making it. He only wanted it when I had it. Hey, Becky Joe. Hey, Becky Joe. How you doing this morning? Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, I put gel on and these little hairs still be popping up because of my glasses. That's okay. Like a man. Exactly. He didn't come on. That looks tacky. Y'all taking food from the ship. We paid for this food. We paid all the way up until breakfast. We paid for this food. He didn't want to take a banana. He didn't want to take an apple. He didn't want to take nothing off the ship. I said, okay. Okay. The whole time I'm eating, he's staring at me. So I had to share my food with him, Becky. I was just like, this man get on my nerves. But anyway, Becky, did you see what we had at the cabana? That food was so good. Excuse me. This was the deliciousness we had at the cabana. And that's the filet mignon that I'm talking about. It was so tender and juicy. I said, I don't even think I ever had a steak this good before. I want to go back to Cocoa Bay just for the steak. Just for the steak. But overall, the best part of my vacation was Jamaica. I don't care what nobody say, hands down. The people in Jamaica were extremely, extremely fun, nice, very helpful, very informative. It was just amazing to be. I see why people go to Jamaica and don't want to come back. I really do. I didn't want to come back. I did not want to come back to the States. They don't have no sales tax. They don't have no property tax. When you buy your stuff, it's yours. Like, when you buy your land, it's your land. There's no property tax, no sales tax. I was like, what? What? Yeah. America is the only place that rapes you everywhere you go, from car insurance, car license. And I was like, y'all don't have to pay for this. I said, no, we don't do that. They don't have no homeless people in Jamaica. She said we have the rich and middle class. There's nothing else. There's no poor people here. There's no homeless people here. We don't allow our people to be homeless. Our people work, or we take care of our people. There's no homeless people here. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? We didn't see nobody homeless. No homeless people in Jamaica. No homeless people in the Grand Cayman Islands. Grand Cayman Islands is pretty, but it's expensive. It's expensive. We just had dinner. Me and James just had a lunch for both me and him. And we didn't even get anything like fancy or anything. It was just basic. I had shrimp and fish. No, I just had a shrimp basket with shrimp and fries. And he had, what did he have? I can't remember what he had, but it was something simple. Our bill was $75, US dollars. I was like, what the heck? Because I saw it said $60, and so I gave the man $60. He was like, oh no ma'am, it's $75. I was like, it says 60 right here. He said, that's Grand Cayman Island money. For your money, it's $75. I said, oh, for this little lunch we just had, and we didn't even buy that to drink. We had water. $75. I told him, let's hurry up and get off the Grand Cayman Islands. My sister-in-law was busting up laughing at me. She said, Mary, you a fool. I said, let's hurry up and get off the Grand Cayman Islands. So Grand Cayman Islands, we went and we had a tour of the town. So they showed us like the oldest building, the oldest house on the island. Like the first house that was built on the island. And then they took us to Devil's Peak, where it's like a bunch of limestone, and that's super sharp. Like if you get down in there with them limestones, they say it will cut you all up. I was like, are you serious? So that's me at the Grand Cayman Islands. James is not in the picture with me because he was acting a but something happened at one of the apartments and he just was on the phone the whole time. I do not even want to see my cell phone bill from the Grand Cayman Islands. It wasn't until after we came back that he was like, you want to take a picture of me? I was like, no, not really. So I made him stand over there. And he was like, babe, I want to take a picture close to you. I was like, whatever. And so then I let him come closer to me and take a picture. But he had made me mad, y'all. He made me mad. Because the whole time he was acting like that hot water heater was more important than our vacation. I said, this is why you're not supposed to turn on your phone. This is why you're not supposed to. I said, if they had a problem with their hot water heater, they know how to call a plumber. They know how to charge you later. I was like, why are you worried about it? I got to coordinate this. I got to do this. I was like, whatever. So that's what happened with that. Needless to say, I was not happy. I wasn't happy. But the Grand Cayman Islands, I was going to show you the oldest house on the island. If I have a picture of it. Oh, I don't think I have a picture of it on this phone. Where'd it go? Nope, I don't have a picture of that on this phone. Because I'm telling you, I had to switch between phones because I was running out of space. It was just a whole big mess. And look, that was our ship. We was taking the boat off. We had to take a boat. See that little boat right there? We had to take that boat to the Grand Cayman Islands because they didn't have a dock for the ships. So we had to take a little ferry boat. We had to take a little ferry boat from the ship to the island. So they was running that taxi back and forth like every 15 minutes so we could go back and forth to the island. But yeah, I don't have that's a cute picture. I don't have a picture of the house. There's Veronica and Tony. They was having a good time. They had a good time. Where is it? Got a picture of, I don't know if y'all can see this. So this is, I think it was a Hyatt Regency in the Grand Cayman Islands. He said, if you come, stay there, because as soon as you walk into the lobby, you can walk right out into the beach. You see that? Y'all see that right there? This is the lobby and the beach is right there. I was like, are you serious? Like, it's like right out the front door, you can go to the beach. I said, oh, that's nice. That is so nice. They had this nice little waterfall in front of water fountain in front of their hotel. That was really nice. But like I said, expensive. We went to the governor's house. That was right there. Well, we drove by it. We didn't go in it. Then he said, okay, we're getting ready to go we're going to go out on the water. And we're going to take it's a water taxi. We're going to go out on the water. I said, wait a minute. This is not no water taxi. Oh, my God. He had my heart just boom, 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 boom. He was the driver started busting up laughing. The taxi driver was busting up laughing. He said, I'm just playing. So he took us to this beach to show us, like, how pretty the water was. But he's like, this is where the water boats go, though. When they come out, they go into the water, they come here. I was like, wait, because I know I did not book no water boat. I just booked a city tour. So he had me busting up laughing. And that was the beach right there. That was it right there. Katikawake Beach. So that's where we was at. I was like, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. And that was a church. That was a nice looking church. We didn't get on the jet skis because remember I told you we had to be under the weight thing, right? So we didn't make weight, so we didn't want to book it, the double one. So we wanted to book it when we got to Cocoa Bay. But they said you had to book it before. You couldn't book it there. So we weren't able to get on the jet skis. I was like, we can't book it now. We're here. I said, I didn't book it because we wanted to do the double, but we didn't lose the weight to get it on the double. So we just want singles. And he was like, oh no, you had to book it in advance. And I was like, oh, so mad. It was better though, because it was raining. I probably wouldn't want to be on that jet ski out there in the rain anyway. But yeah, that's what happened. So that's the turtle center there. Grand Cayman Turtle Center. And then this was the Dolphin Center. That's us going into the Dolphin Center. I don't know. I was running off at the mouth and I forgot to even pull out my phone at the turtle thing. But I got the dolphin. Look at the dolphin. That was Sally. Sally the dolphin right there. And she was doing tricks and stuff. She was so cute. She was so cute. That's Sally. He would like do something and she would jump up and he would, high five her. It was so cute. She was a cutie pie. She was a cutie pie. That's Sally. She was a cutie pie. So we stayed there. See, these crazy folks right here, they got in the water with the dolphin. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I want to go see the dolphins, but I'm not getting in the water with no dolphins. But they was in the water with the dolphins. So more fire to you. Y'all have a good time with them dolphins in the water. So they was having fun with the dolphins in the water. I wasn't doing it. So we stayed there with the dolphins. There go Veronica, James, and Tony. They stayed there. We stayed there for like 30 minutes. And then James got some fish tacos. And they have a bunch of dolphins too. Look at all the dolphins they had at the center. But we just saw Sally. She was out. There was some other dolphins over on the other side with the other guy and another group. But we didn't walk all the way over there. So here we went to the rum. This was the rum place. And we got rum cake. It's Torga Rum Company Ltd. I don't know what it was. This is what it's called right here. And when I tell y'all, they give you a slice of cake. So you're supposed to eat the slice of cake, put it in your mouth. Then you take a shot of rum with the cake. I was toe up. For one little shot of rum, slice of cake, I was toe up. I was like, okay, are we back to the boat yet? I was like, oh, we need to get something to eat because this rum has got me going. They was all laughing at me. And then James bought banana rum. And that banana rum was so good, y'all. It was so good. It was so good. What was this? Oh, this is a little town. It's called Hell. It says Hell, and it says welcome to Hell. Way on this little sign right here, it says welcome to Hell. I was like, oh my God. Y'all called a town Hell? So, yep, that's what they called it. And then this was the building where the limestones was. So that was Hell. And it had like devils and stuff. I was like, oh, Lord, please forgive me for coming over here. But I want to see the limestones. So there's all the limestones right here. If you go out there, you could get cut up. And it was like way far back, like 2-3 miles deep. It was way back there, y'all. Way, way back there. There go me and James. So like, I got a little kiss of sun. I got a little suntan. Not too major. Just a little something, something. That's a little something, something. And that's the devil man right there himself that owns that souvenir shop. And he was actually inside. He didn't look this young anymore. He looked a little bit older than that, but he was inside of the building. So I just took a picture with him on the outside. And there's Tony and Veronica. So yeah, we had a good time, y'all. These oxtails, oh my gosh, that's what we had. I had oxtails and he had fish. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what we had at the Grand Cayman Islands, me and Veronica. I just love James' sister. She is so much fun. She's so much fun. So the Grand Cayman Islands, like I said, it was expensive, but we had a good time. We got a little dolphin wristbands on because we went in there to see the dolphins. No oxtails. Yes, oxtails is amazing. They were amazing. So, yep, I didn't do that many pictures in the Grand Cayman. Like I'm telling you, because James made the whole Grand Cayman Islands part of the trip, just I was just irritated the whole time because he was on the phone the whole time. He didn't even sit in the cab next to me because he was on the phone the whole time. He was just irritating me, y'all. Just I was just irritated by him. So yeah, that's what happened at the Grand Cayman Islands. And there go a picture of me and Veronica on the little boat that took us over to the island. That was on her phone. See, from Veronica. She had some pictures on her phone, and she sent me, and I had some on my phone. But yeah, that was Grand Cayman Islands. And I'll tell y'all more about what's the second stop, Jamaica, tomorrow. But let me give y'all this tea from yesterday. So good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, Panda Pounce family. Good morning to you. Did I miss any comments, Lily? Don't be laughing at me. I did swim with the dolphins in Hawaii. It was fun. Rockzilla, was it fun? I don't know about that. My sister went to Jamaica and walked up some waterfalls before. Beautiful pictures she showed me. Okay, so I wanted to do the waterfall thing because they canceled our Bob Marley thing. They said because of some unprecedented reason. That's what they said. It was beyond their control, and they had to cancel our Bob Marley excursion. We was like, what? So we were trying to debate, do we want to do the waterfall? Do we want to do the rafting? Or do we want to do horseback riding? I wanted to do horseback riding. James didn't want a horseback ride, and Tony didn't want a horseback ride. So that was out. And I said, well, let's do the waterfall. And then I was like, well, what do we got to do? And then they were like, well, you have to hike up this mountain. And Veronica's like, my heel, I can't do no hiking. I was like, no hiking? She was like, no. I said, okay, well, that's out. So we X'd out the waterfall. And I was like, y'all want to do the rafting? I said, we sit on the raft and we go down the river. And they were like, I guess. And I was like, it seemed like it would be like relaxing and cool. I said, I just don't want to fall in the water. And she was like, you shouldn't fall in the water. We were talking to the lady at the counter. She said, no one's falling in the water. Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay. So we said, okay, let's just do it. Let's just go do the rafting. So that's what we ended up doing because they canceled our Bob Marley excursion. So I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. But there's office tea, so I get to work yesterday. Everybody's so happy to see me. Everybody giving me hugs. I said, y'all miss me like that? Like, yes, we miss you. I'm like, ah. So everybody said they miss me. And then I get to my desk. Like, this was before I even got to my desk. I get to my desk, and there's a big old, little bouquet. I would say big old, but it was a nice size bouquet of flowers waiting for me. I was like, oh, my girl. My girl I go to lunch with all the time. She's like, I'm so glad you're back. And I was like, what? So I was so excited. And then I gave everybody their little gifts I bought them off the island. They were like, thank you, Mia, thank you. So like almost everybody on my floor that I really talk to on an everyday basis. So the girls on the other side, I got each one of them a little something. I got everybody on my side a little something, and my supervisors. And then I got the lady downstairs something. So I was so happy. I was happy. They was happy. And then the lady downstairs, she said, every time I go by my refrigerator, I'm going to think of you when I see this. I was like, yeah, girl. So it was cool. It was really, really cool, y'all. It was cool. So, but the first day at work, oh my God, there was so much, like, I wasn't like at my speed because again, I was sick. I'm just getting back off of work. They gave me the job I just don't like doing. So my speed was not there yesterday. And so I'm just trying to get stuff done. And the other girl, you need me to help you? You need me to help you? And I'm like, yeah, just help me because you're bugging the heck out of me. She goes, do you need help? Do you need help? Go ahead, do it. Just do it because you're bugging me. Like, I couldn't get my rhythm because she kept asking me if I needed help. And I really didn't need the help. But she kept bugging me about helping me because she didn't want to do what they told her to do. And I know that's what it was. She didn't want to do what they wanted her to do. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. So she kept bugging me to help me. So I just let her help me. So if she get in trouble, that's on her. So she say, I was helping Mia. Whatever. And I'm going to tell him, I didn't need the help. She kept asking me, do I want help? So I told her to go ahead. But, yeah, it was kind of like that yesterday. And so I had got everything done. I'm getting ready to pack up. But there was like three things that didn't come in. So I sent out emails letting those departments know I didn't receive your paperwork. At 4:40, one of the departments said, "Oh, we just received it. I'm gonna send it over right now." I'm like, "You were supposed to send this over at 3:00. How about you about to send it over right now?" I was like, "She was supposed to send this over at 3:00." So I had to call and get my other supervisor in the loop. I get my emergency ready to let her know that they just sent it over and we need to get approval to process it because it's late. And then I had to stay and wait for the approval. Well, I had to stay and wait for all the documents to come over before I could put it in the system. And then when I finally got it in the system, I emailed my supervisor back and I said, "Okay, it's in the system." She said, "Well, I haven't got the approval yet, but thank you for letting me know you got it in the system." I said, "Okay." So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have to do it this morning. I really don't know. I really don't know. But I got my emergency ready. Y'all ever put it in a bottle like this and shake it up? It goes pop when you open it up. I don't know why I do that, but I'm like, and you can put this stuff in your body? But I need it. I have vacation lag. Yes, I have vacation. I don't want to come back to work lag. I didn't want to go back to work lag. Oh, okay. Didn't pop that big joke today. So yeah, I really. James was like, "When can I have you all to myself?" I said, "Probably when I turn 65. Then you can have me all to yourself." Because he was like, you really want to go back to work? I was like, "Yes, I need some money. Pay for this vacation." That vacation cost me, I think, 4 G's, y'all. And that was the part I paid for, not the part he paid for. So, yeah. I need my job. I need my job. Good morning. So I need my job, y'all. Uh-oh.
It's hard to see you with this really dark tint.
Oh, is it hard to see me?
I know you're in here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if she's flipping me off.
No, I wouldn't do that, girl. How you doing this morning?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine.
Bless your heart, because I told my husband, I'm like, there's one girl that gets there, that she gets here like way early, and I know she's not scheduled till like 8 o'clock, right?
Right.
But I said she wants a parking space, which I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm concerned with all those signs that they're putting down there.
What are those about?
I don't know.
Oh. I know when I just got back from vacation, I was like, what are these parking? What are they're gonna close up more parking or what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I think they're gonna make it handicapped. That's just my
opinion.
I have no idea.
You have no idea, okay.
But
no.
I mean, I guess I'll go get a handicap sign.
No, you got to get here earlier. You got to get here earlier. I don't like fighting traffic, so I just get here early.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. All right, babe.
Anyways,
have a good day. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, that was one of the girls. She was like she works in the HR department. Yeah, when I came back, there's like 20 spaces down here. The first 10 spaces on each side. They have these little poles and like little sign holders up now. So we don't know what that is about. We don't know if they're going to create a handicap or what kind of parking they're going to do down there. I don't know. I saw the signs that said it might be VIP parking for like some of the executives in some of these buildings. We're not sure. I take vitamin C tablets, 100 milligrams every day. Yeah, I need it because I'm telling you, my throat, my sinus, all that is bugging me right now. And I need to take my flip-flops off and put on my shoes so I don't end up walking to work in my flip-flops. I don't even know where I put my shoes at. Tell y'all, I'm all... Oh, here they go. Bam. Because I have my flip-flops on. All discombobulated this morning. That doggone ice machine made me mad. That ice machine made me mad this morning. Man. And everybody loved my Bob Marley or my Jamaica bag, my One Love bag. They're like, "Oh, that is so cute." I said, "See, now this one costs $35. If I liked y'all more, I would have got every last one of y'all one of these." I said, "But I don't like y'all that much." They just started laughing. But they were happy with what I did bring them. And one of the girls was like, "Oh, I like your mug." I was like, "Yes, like Jamaica, Jamaica." So yeah, Jamaica was my favorite part. I think the not Cayman Islands. I think Cocoa Bay would have been my second favorite because there was just nothing topping Jamaica. The whole experience in Jamaica was just so much fun. But Cocoa Bay, if it wasn't raining, I think it would have been better. But my friend, at work, she said, "You know, you going through hurricane season." I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I don't know nothing about that." And it definitely was hurricane season. I didn't know. So next time we plan a trip, you love the mug, thank you. And it's tie dye too. I love it. The next time we plan a trip, I'm gonna make sure I check the weather and everything, find out when hurricane season is, all that, because that was just a hot mess. It was just a hot mess. I had on this long cover up that was knitted, like a knit cover up, and went all the way down to my feet. That thing was soaking wet by the time we got to the cabana, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was gonna just. By the time it dried, I put it on to walk back to the ship. It started raining again, so it was soaked again by the time we got back to the ship. And I think that's why I'm a little sick too. And then the back of that plane, ooh, the back of the plane got me sick because it was smelling bad, everything. Tie-dye is my thing. I wear t-shirts, tie-dye all the time. Nice. I like tie-dye too. I do. I have like a green and tan tie-dye skirt set. And I got like 3 or 4 tie-dye shirts. I like them too. I like the colors. Where you going? Oh, you gonna park in that little space? You go, girl. You go, girl. But yeah, that was it. That was it. I'm not happy to be back. Just kidding. I was happy to see my mom. I haven't seen my daughter yet. I talked to her on the phone, but I haven't physically seen her because when I get to my mom, she's still at work. So I haven't seen my baby yet. So hopefully I can see her today. Hopefully I can see my daughter today. I don't know. But we're already planning our vacation for next year. I said, okay, so now this is what we got to do. Like I'm telling Veronica, and I told Tony and told James. And James don't really need to tell James, but I was telling Veronica, Tony. I said, it don't matter what it is. Every paycheck, you got to put $100 away. Every single paycheck. Every paycheck. So that's $200 a month. So by 12 months, you'll have $2,400 saved up just for our vacation. I said, if you could put more, put more. I said, because James wants to go to Nassau, the place I want to go. He said, let's go to Nassau. I said, oh, Nassau, that's like a $10,000 trip. From California to Nassau, we have to drive to LA if we want a straight flight. We have to drive down to LA, catch a flight. And I think it still stops in Florida. And then it takes you over to the Bahamas, to Nassau. But we want to stay at the Atlantis because I was like, I've always wanted to either go visit that hotel. I said, we don't have to stay at that old hotel, but I want to go visit that hotel. I said, we could take a cruise to Atlantis because I've seen cruise ships there. I said, but again, with the cruise ships, we only get a certain amount of hours. We don't get to do like a few excursions. We only get to stay there a certain time. So I was like, I don't know what you want to do. And he's like, no, let's just go and stay there a week. I said, we could go for 3 days. He's like, I'm not flying all the way over there for no 3 days. My other sister went to Nassau, Bahamas, and it was beautiful. They took a cruise ship. They did take a cruise ship to Nassau. And that's what I was saying, but he was like, I want more time. Like every place we went, we wanted more time to see more things. But because you're on a cruise ship, they on a time schedule. You have to come back when they want you to come back. And that's the only part he didn't like. He wanted to be able to do more things. And I said, the only way we're going to be able to do more things is if we stay there, not a cruise ship. So we have a whole, I'm going to say 6 months to think about it. before we start booking the flight, because we're going to book it at least 6 months in advance like we did this one. But we got a whole 6 months to think about it. So, but he said he want to go on a vacation a year, because like I was complaining, what I do best with him, I was complaining that we haven't been on a vacation in like 7 years. Since Monique was in Seattle. That was the last vacation we went on, when we went to go visit Monique in Seattle. And she'd been back home 7 years already. And he was like, okay, I'm not going to make it. We're not going to do that again. We're not going to be, 7 years again before we take another vacation. Let's just take one every year. I said, every year? Hold up. That's getting into my pocketbook. Every year? I said, maybe we can do one every other year. And he kept saying, no, every year. So we'll see. We will see. He said, don't you get 2 weeks of vacation a year? And I said, yeah, something like that. And he was like, well, then we can go every year. And I was like, okay. So, I don't know. He always wanted me to go to Las Vegas, and I got to take a vacation day here and a vacation day there. So, I don't know. But when I tell y'all, bye, Bart, and much luck on your surgery today, and just keep all positive vibes. I love you, and I'm gonna pray for you as soon as I get off here that your surgery goes well. You need a vacation, Becky? Girl, take one. This life is too short, and all this craziness is going on in this world. You might as well just live it up. You can't take it with you. And that's what we were talking about. We can't take the money with us. If we leave the money to our kids, they just gonna, blow it anyway. So why not enjoy your life while you're here and do things? Don't stay confined to your city. Don't stay confined to your state. Don't stay confined to the USA. Get out and do something different. And I told him, I said, well, our passports expired in 2029, so we need to make sure we're using it. And do you know they don't even stamp your passports anymore? So I said, I'm gonna start writing in my passport where we go, so that way I have a log of where we've been, versus them stamping our book, because they don't even do the stamp anymore. I said, so what's the use of us having it? Everything's electronic, you know what I'm saying? So they click you, and your picture is, and I'm just like, what the hell? What's the use? Like the passport agency, when you go through customs, you have to stand in this little thing. They take a picture of you, and then it check marks you. If you're a U.S. citizen, it check marks you, and you can just go on through. It's that's that AI stuff, y'all. It's gonna take over the world. It's that AI. They can just scan your face, say, oh, yep, that's her, and go on through. It's crazy. It's crazy. But, y'all, I'm about to go so I can get myself to work, get myself settled in, and get to work. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming by this morning and telling me good morning. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be on time tomorrow. Well, beautiful. You have a beautiful day. Well, Mia, you have a beautiful day. Blessed day, and much love. Yes, you too, Becky Joe. Much love, much respect. Ghostess with the mostest. Thank you so much for always looking out for me. She prayed for me. She made to make sure I got to my destination there and back. She texted me to make sure I was home. I love you, Ghost Nancy T. And I love all of my Panda Pound family. I'll see y'all later.